Hi all, welcome to my channel and to my moon cycle vlog. I've been wanting to do this vlog since a long time, like a proper vlog on it, a separate video on it, because I have definitely spoken about this subject during the channeling sessions and on and off in live sessions, but never really made a separate video about it. But it's a very important subject, it's a very important thing that has to be discussed, that should be discussed, because your cycles have a very important role to play in the ascension journey. I literally started noticing more and more about my cycles in 2015, I think. And 2016 was the time when I started realizing that my moon cycles were falling on every full moon on its own. I literally don't really remember when I started becoming so focused towards it. Something about the moon was very drawing me to it. And the connection of the moon cycle, especially the woman's body has to go through this process every month. And a lot of people don't have it that easy. They go through a lot of mood swings, PMS. They also go through a lot of crying. There are some other hormonal activities also that take place in some women's bodies. And quite a few people have spoken to me about the sexual tension also they feel during this time. Keeping all this in mind, another thing that moon cycle is connected to is your feminine energy. So, as we all know that in the twin flame ascension journey, we are here to heal masculine and feminine both inside of us. But this is the kind of education that's not really given to a lot of people, and a lot of women don't know why they go through so much pain, why they have all these experiences during the PMS time. And one of the most important thing actually, I would put it on number one if you make a most important list. Your moon cycles actually can help you figure out how much of your feminine energy is healed. So when your feminine energy starts healing, or it is healed pretty much, your moon cycles will automatically be aligned to the full moon. And there's a very scientific and energetic reason behind it, and that's when women go through their bodily moon cycle, at that point in time the energy gets little low, and it's really imperative that women take a rest. Now, the world we live in, they want women to work equally like men. And there are so many women also who say that we want to be equal as men. But I think when they speak about it, it's more about materialistic accomplishment and not as a spiritual person. Because as per spirituality, the gender is not that important. It is the soul that takes over. So even if you have some bodily requirements, I would say, like food, water, shelter being the most important, other things like your emotional well-being and your mental health also play a very important role. When you start ascending to a higher dimension or to higher frequency, you become quite aware of your surroundings and your lifestyle patterns. You become quite comfortable with making changes that will help you in your body, in your overall feel-good factor throughout the whole month. So the resting period of 4 to 5 days is very important. You should not be working, you should not be stressing, you should not be traveling, you should not be doing anything that makes you feel like, some heavy duty stuff has to be done. But if you look at the corporate culture, if you look at the work culture, this is not the thing which is given to women, because so many women are literally, oh my god, there's a spider, I gotta show it to you. Okay, can you guys see it? I hope you guys can see it. It's literally hanging on my hand right now. See, it's hanging. Oh my god. It's on my phone now. And there's this one string that it's, oh my god, it's literally doing it. It's walking on this one string. Comment and let me know, how do you feel about this spider that appeared from nowhere right in the middle of the video? It's walking on my hand now. So see, we are talking about nature, and nature is doing this lovely dance with us right in the middle of the video. So our energy level goes down during the moon cycle, but because the full moon energizes the whole planet, and that's why the tidal waves also come closer to Earth and ocean is closer to Earth. At the same time, people say that some criminal activities also increase on this planet because so many people are energized. The good people and the bad people both become very active during this time. But because we're in ascension, we are here to balance the Earth's energy out. It's very important that woman's moon cycle is literally connected to the moon, the full moon. And when your body is low in energy, but because of the moon, you can come up to a certain level where even if you're resting it out, you're still like conscious and aware. And you know, like sometimes there can be pain, so you can actually make it better by eating certain foods. Now this is a time that people should eat a lot of fruits. Women should eat a lot of fruits. They should avoid carbs if they go through pain. They should have vitamin E included in their diet. They should have a lot of dark chocolate. They should have soups, hot water, and watch nice stuff, like watch good content, just enjoy yourself. And it's very strange because last month I had a tragedy right during the cycle and while the full moon was going on. It was not easy. And I think every full moon I have noticed some or the other challenge. This time I'm like, I gotta speak about this subject. It can help so many people on this planet, especially women and even men who care for their women or women around them in general. They are quite aware about these things and they like to make women comfortable around them. Now that will happen automatically if you heal your feminine energy. But if your feminine energy is healed but masculine is not, then you would see annoyance, irritation caused by male energy around you because they are not going to be very supportive, or they may act as if they don't understand what you're going through. Some of them who are literally uneducated about this subject would even mock women and say that, are you on your period? Are you PMSing right now? Is that why you got a mood? Is that why you're acting so crazy? So I have come across those people also, but this used to happen in the past. Like I have noticed that nowadays, I mean, since quite some time, so I'm going to include it all in nowadays. I can very easily talk to men about my cycles. I can tell them things like, I'm not comfortable right now because I'm on my period. I cannot do this because I'm on my period. I tell people to just stay away from me, just want to rest. I don't want to do anything with anyone. And because if you watch your body during this time, you don't feel so hungry. But if you are going through negativity, if your masculine is not healed, you're going to eat a lot during your periods, and that's the unhealthy thing, and that's the reason why women go through pain. So there is some amount of fasting that should be done during this time. So you could go for a fruit fast, or you could go for a fruit plus soup plus chocolate plus hot beverages, healthy ones. Don't have so much coffee because that will ruin your blood pressure system during this time. And then when you're going through a balanced meal and you're going through like balanced energy vibration kind of vibe, you will feel like a certain type of intoxication during these 4-5 days, especially on the second day or the first day also. You'll feel like you're intoxicated, like there's a slight intoxication, and it feels very nice, warm and fuzzy. Just want to lie down. I'm literally like making this video like this. I'm also resting it out. So it's very important that men around you also respect this thing, this situation. Nobody should pressure you during this time, and you should be by yourself. You should be with your animal companions. You should be like under no obligation during this time. And I think people should take sort of rest. But if your profession is around what you love, then this time will go very easily because you'll be just enjoying, doing whatever you do without any pressure. Financial worry should not happen during this time because it's a very low frequency vibe. If you are in toxic situations, you need to literally take rest during that time, cut out from all the negativity, drama, and anything else that bothers you, you should share it with God, because I've also noticed that during the moon cycle, sometimes the shadow self also becomes stronger. One can literally be face to face with certain emotional issues also, and that happens when you're uncomfortable. So whenever you're feeling uncomfortable during this time, you should write it down, or you should talk to yourself about it. You should try to go into the depth of it, like why do you have this pain? Instead of focusing on the physical pain, focus on the heart chakra and focus on what's the internal message that your body is giving to you. I remember one time I was going through a lot of pain and I was eating a lot of stupid things during that time. I completely avoid carbohydrates during this time, at least for 4 days, 3 days max. If someday I have to eat a little bit of rice, so I'll start on 4th day usually. But when you avoid carbohydrates, you actually make your stomach feel very relaxed, and that's the time when your intuition grows even better, when your stomach is relaxed and the natural juices are inside your body is healing you and releasing the stuff that's no longer required by the body. Interestingly, women's cycle are also very much close. Actually, not just very much close, literally they are literally similar to the earth cycle, how earth goes to golden age, then silver age, then bronze age, then dark age, and dark age is for the shortest span of time. Similarly, the moon cycle also lasts only 4-5 days, but they have a huge impact because you feel your body, like your material body, especially for women. And that's why I think to be a woman during these times, and to be a woman in general, is a blessing. It's a gift. It's the best thing that can happen to anybody, I think, any soul. And especially if you are in the age of ascension during the transitional time, because there's already so much chaos outside, but the chaos is releasing. It's no longer that dark. It's no longer that embarrassing or humiliating for women to be on this planet. And plus, it is time for shift. So I think to be a woman is it's a good thing, because you can understand Earth, Mother Earth's nature very well as well. So all the psychological changes, or all the hormonal changes, or all the chemical changes people go through during this time, women go through during this time, even before the cycles appear. So a couple of days before the cycle, you feel a certain way. During the cycle, a certain way. Once the cycles are over, a certain way. And then there comes a phase like 10-15 days, which are so wonderful. You are so creative at that time. You're so excited at that time. You're so gung-ho at that time. You're tension-free, stress-free. So yes, the body's functions also have a role to play. I eat so much pineapple during this time. I've already eaten 2 packs like this. I'm gonna eat 1 more. I had a lot of chocolate. I'm gonna have soup in some time. Maybe some salad. I'll avoid too much tangy stuff today. So all of these things, they really contribute to your overall body health. So my best friend during moon cycles, these pineapples, I literally get the best ones. They are really some good quality pineapple with nothing on it, nothing that's gonna hurt your mouth inside. It's very sweet, very juicy, and it's cut like this. It's amazing. So it's a great thing to understand that our cycles are so much like the earth cycle, because we are feminine. When you're in the feminine body, you are also living in a feminine planet, right? So it's kind of important to understand that. And then, my dear friends, a lot of twin flames out here who are working on ascension, they could be in a female's body, but horoscope wise they could be having a masculine energy. So this is done by God on purpose, especially during the transition time, so that women can feel that masculine practicality, that masculine analytical mind, not committing unnecessarily to emotional stuff. Like inside they are having the male energy and outside they have a female body. So that brings in like a perfect platform to learn about both the energies while being one person. I find this to be the most interesting concept about the twin flame journey, especially if you being a woman have a masculine yoni as per your horoscope chart. About the men also, I would say that a lot of men are born with feminine energy as per their horoscope chart, but they could be having the male gender. Now they are also in a better position to understand the twin flame journey because they relate with the feminine energy very deeply, but at the same time, you could say that they're bodily designed to be a man, so they can understand women's problems or even women's weaknesses and also their plus points. Same thing is happening with women who have this opposite energy in them. So I think the moon cycle is a great way to understand your body, your energy. Sometimes it happens that even the full moon can shift by a day or two. And I've been amazed to see that every time the moon, like there's a day or two of difference. Like last month it was 9th, this month it's 8th. No matter how much it changes outside, but your body will still follow the moon cycle. Like your cycles will start with the moon, with the full moon. That's the craziest part about this. And it's so important you reach this juncture, you reach this point. Look at this. So interestingly, body knows how to adapt to the moon cycle. Even if it shifts by a day or two, it really doesn't matter. And I remember in 2016, again, I had gone through a big tragedy, a personal loss. So till the time I was, why are you shaking the camera so much? Look at us holding our hands. He agrees with me because he's a boy. He also has masculine energy, but I think he also acts like a cute little girl, a daughter. Yeah, I'm here with you. In 2016, I realized that when my moon cycles were aligned, it was during the time when I was very strong with the spiritual practice. And suddenly I had to face a personal loss, a tragedy in my personal life. I mean, that was the worst thing for me to ever process. And suddenly my moon cycle shifted and I started getting them during no moon time. And that was quite surprising and shocking at the same time because I thought that it was already fixed by that time. But there was some more work to be done. I had to heal a lot of stuff and there was a lot of wounding. Especially when I lost my father, I felt very bad about a lot of things. And that's the time it actually started occurring to me that I've always loved my father a lot. But I also had a sort of an unhealed perspective about men in general. And the most confusing part for me at that point in time was to understand that I also used to act, or still act a lot like a man would, even though I'm a woman. Like, I don't act so feminine. I do look feminine. I do have feminine features and a feminine style of nurturing. That could be because eventually I started accepting my feminine body and accepting my feminine energy because I really wasn't. Because in general, I'd seen a lot of toxic women. I'd seen a lot of narcissistic women. In general, I was not fond of women as such because I always felt that they were not being themselves, or they were too selfish, or they were too toxic, or they were too manipulative, and men to me looked a bit more simpler. So for me, it was never about really the man, but yes, I did feel that I was more attracted or more drawn to men who had feminine energy. I felt that they were they were better. And women who had masculine energy, I used to get along with them more. So I always liked independent women. I always liked inspiring women. I always liked women who were not living like the other women in the society. I really appreciated all those people who followed their hearts and they did not care about age or looks or appearances or education also. They just were so confident and they were so caring in terms of being a great provider. So that thing really made me become a person who always wanted to be a provider. I never wanted to be the housewife or the woman who has a lot of babies, especially biological. If you ask me, I would rather have a lot of animal babies. I would have other children just hanging out who need that love and affection. But the whole idea of having your own biological children, when so many children are literally suffering on this planet, because the twin flame community is formed by people who were wounded in their childhood. Most of the people here did not have the perfect childhood. So a lot of people don't want to pass on the curse to their biological children as well. So they don't want to create a world full of the same pain and trauma that they went through. They rather want to work on themselves, become a better person, and be able to create inspiration for other people as well. To be able to tell the world that, it's not really necessary that you have to do everything by the book, especially by the book that is three-dimensional in nature. Another thing I did not like about women, and interestingly, I saw this documentary last night about this woman who used orgasm as a business, and she was this really psychotic, psycho, toxic woman. And you guys can watch the documentary on Netflix. This is the one. So I really wanted to speak about this, that these women, actually, the toxic women, they are the biggest reason why so many children suffer. And when I was watching this documentary last night, this woman also said that her father was a child molester and he was in jail for molesting 50 children. And she found it funny, inspiring, and something very positive. I was just shocked. To watch this documentary yesterday. Oh my God, these type of women exist, and they use words like fourth dimension, higher dimension, femininity, womanhood, accept yourself, be yourself, love your body, blah, blah, blah. But they use it all for the wrong purposes. Because these type of women are literally demons. They are demonic by nature. And they are just here to spread more, like pain in the planet instead of healing the planet. So I had witnessed those type of women since my childhood who were very toxic, very selfish. And I did not see any nurturing quality in them, due to which I did not associate for a long time with the feminine nurturing quality. It's because of the animals, actually, because of the animal companions, they actually ignited the mother energy in me. And mother energy, just like the moon cycle, is an important energy because it is the energy that eventually it's like the healed version of the toxic energy, the feminine, the wounded feminine. So every man and woman, even men, this is for men also, every man and woman needs to ignite the mother energy in them, because that is the divine energy that takes them places eventually. So I hope this vlog of mine on the moon cycles aligned with the woman's body's moon cycle helps some people. Even if you just think about it, even if you just ponder over this thought, I think that's good enough for now. And those who gain more, those who resonate more, please do drop in your comments. And please share about how you have been noticing changes in your moon cycles while being in the inner work world, and while doing ascension. Because if you started noticing change, like you could be having a runner chaser dynamic even with the moon cycles, because on some months it could be like perfect full moon, and on some it would be on new moon. So you can notice which months it's not aligned and why. and that can give you great insight. And as I said, if you are in pain, if you're troubled, then you need to listen to the internal message. Because I remember once I was in huge pain and I was crying and I was saying, I don't want to be a woman, I don't want to be a woman. Why, God, why did you make me a woman? Why did you give me this body? I don't like this body. I wish I was not a woman. And I was crying so much. Please take this pain away. I don't want to go through this pain. And then when I started listening to the internal message, it felt like every time you get the menstrual cycle, it kind of establishes even deeper and stronger that you are indeed a woman. And kind of, it was giving me some kind of fear, because the condition of women on this planet is not really good. Women don't get equal wages, they don't get equal respect, there is a lot of gender disparity. But then there's also toxic femininity, there's also toxic women out there and toxic men out there. So sometimes they create so much confusion on this planet. This confusion can transfer into your body and make you go through a lot of pain, because you're literally trying to deny, because at that time your physical sense is very strong. So you're trying to deny that, no, I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not a woman, I'm not weak, I'm not going through this pain. Oh my God, all this bleeding, this is not good for me. And the more you deny that, the more the pain increases. So when I just was like, oh my God, I'm not happy being a woman right now. And suddenly the pain just vanished and I started giggling. Next few hours I was giggling and I was like laughing at myself, and I was like, oh my God, you hate to be a woman and you love to be a woman at the same time, because all of these things that women can do, they can decorate themselves, they can dress up, they can be so feminine, all the clothes we get to wear. Every woman is little fashionista in a positive way. And if you embody your body the way it is, the way God has made it, anything will look good on you, and anything would make you feel happy. Your own self, your own company will become your happy place. And you can embody these different energies, these opposite polar energies. And with time, sooner or later, whenever it's meant to happen as for divine timing, you'll realize that you actually love both the masculine and feminine aspect of yourself. So thank you so much for being here with me. I'll see you soon in another one. One love and peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.